Here we have the new 2026 Nissan Rogue. Now this one comes in a new trim level, dark armor, and we have all-wheel drive capability here. The color is Scarlet Ember, and then we have light gray leatherette interior. The powertrain consists of a 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder made into an Xtronic CVT, 201 horsepower, 225 pound-feet of torque. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. I just have the running lights on now, but I do like how everything is blacked out. The trim and everything. I just think Nissan's funny how they drop these new trims. People are starting to like the darker looks on the fronts, the kind of black accents throughout. But is it worth the price? We'll have to see. Now these are going to be 19-inch alloy wheels. I do like that design. I think that's a really good look. It matches the accents throughout, and you know, it did a good job with that. Passive keyless entry on the front. Door handle here. We get one touch up and down on the driver's side window, regular power windows on the other 3 doors, rear window lockout here, power mirror controls, power door locks, and then we do have blind spot monitors as well. Bottle holder, steering assist toggle, and then brightness for the gauge cluster, auto stop, lift gate, hood release. There's a look at the pedals, a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel, and then here's the power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. I like the illuminated kick plate. I want to give a huge thanks to Nissan of Cool Springs here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this Rogue today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I'm sitting behind myself, being 6'3" with longer legs. Pretty good space back here. Seat back pocket on that passenger side, rear AC vents, 2 USB-C charge ports. There's a look at the front from back here. Sunshade. And then this middle seat folds down, you have bottle holders there. I do like that we have the nice brighter lights throughout the interior, at least back here. You can hang your shirt there if you need to. Then we can unlock the child locks there. And as we come around to the back end, you do get LED tail lamps. There's a look underneath. Now having a power lift gate is a nice touch, specifically for how much they're wanting for this. And I also like the integrated cargo shade as well. That comes in handy. And then we have a spare tire underneath there. And then you have little side pockets, not much of a barrier there, but I think enough to have stuff back here that you don't want sliding around. And you get that on both sides. And I apologize for the wind noise. There's not much I can do about that. Fuel filler's there. And then rear passenger side, you can grab this lever, fold the seat flat, run longer objects through to the front. Top tethers on the back of the seats, if I forgot to mention that. You have a little bit of recline there between when it's locked here and when it's locked all the way back. Lower latch anchors are behind these covers. You do get rear side airbags as well. And then the front passenger seat's gonna be manual 4-way. A little cargo space here underneath the shifter. Glove compartment with owner's manuals. And then here's the window sticker. Y'all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at anything. But $38,175 is the sticker price. Now as we come back around to the front, quick look in the engine bay. There's that 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. But before we hop in the driver's seat, just gonna show off the blinkers. Let's go ahead and get in. So leather wrap steering wheel here, that's a nice touch. There's the horn. Now over here to the infotainment system, 8-inch screen. This is still a more dated setup here. It's not newer like some of the Pathfinder, for example. So we still have regular Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wired here. We get AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth audio, and it's just a pretty simple design here in terms of the colors, the graphics, the settings. Everything is just it's easy to use. So we can change our language here, units of measurement there, and then the camera display settings. If you want to fool with that, you can do that as well. Now I do like that we have the bird's eye view there, and I'll show you that right now. Front camera, bird's eye view, backup camera. So that's a nice touch, especially for this price point. And then we do have the volume knob here. You can press to turn the audio off, and info's in there. And you know, again, it's pretty simple, not much going on. Hazards down here. We have dual zone automatic climate controls. Your heated steering wheel toggle is there. And then you have 3-stage heated seats for the front. But pretty self-explanatory. Fan directions here. Set the auto mode, turn the system on or off, etc. 12 volt behind this cover. 2 USB-C ports right there. And then for the shifter, just pull down for drive, tap for manual, hold up for neutral, press the button, push all the way up for reverse, and then you just press that P for park. Bottle holders, electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage, automatic brake hold there. And then for your drive modes, with this being all-wheel drive, you do have snow and off-road on top of the auto, eco, and the sport mode there. And you just use that knob to turn that center console cubby space. And then up here, we have the lights, sunroof control, sunshade, sunglasses, garage door transmitter. That's one touch. Hit it a second time, goes all the way back behind that skylight. There's a look at the back seat from up here. And then your vanity mirror. Back up front, low beams, high beam assist, and your high beams when the low beams are on there. And then you have your intermittent wipers on this side, so one time off, intermittent low, high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency here. Then your rear wiper intermittent on there. Push back for that rear fluid, pull up for the front. Now while in that manual mode, you can use these paddle shifters behind the wheel. Volume down, up, track list, radio station presets, shortcut menus here. And then you do have these arrows you can press which go through the sub menu. So when applicable, you can see fuel economy. If you want to see tire pressure monitors, you have that. And you can use it as an OK button as well. Now hit this button, this activates the safety suite, so you can turn that on, adjust the gap, adjust for the adaptive cruise, set your speed, cancel, voice recognition, and then you have that Bluetooth button right there. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026.5 Nissan Rogue Dark Armor with all-wheel drive out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Rogue Dark Armor with all-wheel drive, I have it here in the auto mode, and I like that because it basically does the work for you in terms of, you know, if you're flooring it, obviously you want more power. If you're being light with the throttle, you might be trying to save on fuel, and it kind of does all the thinking for you without you having to throw it in the sport mode or throw it into the eco mode there. But me personally, I like being able to differentiate between the modes, especially with the sport mode, because the sport mode in these is just really great in my opinion. Now the Turbo 3, I've said this before, the way it moves is spectacular. It really does give you the best of both fuel economy and power for a vehicle like this. You're getting 35 miles per gallon highway, 28 in the city. With a Turbo 3-cylinder is just something else. I'm gonna put it into sport mode here. I won't be able to do it from a stop, but hopefully I'll be able to give it a pull out of this corner. Here we go. So I mean, pretty good power overall. Gonna put it into the eco mode now. I want to give another big thanks to Nissan of Cool Springs here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this Rogue today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. I mean, ride quality's decent. Road noise not bad, even with these bigger wheels. And I actually enjoy how this performs. I really like the Turbo 3 here. I can't say that enough. If you're skeptical about that engine, I understand, because I was the same way. But after getting used to it and driving it, it really is something else. But in terms of what you get for the money, you're paying a little over 38 grand for this. I like it, don't get me wrong. You have all-wheel drive, a Turbo 3, the Xtronic CVT really helps this thing move and stay efficient. But it's a lot of money. You're almost in the SL territory, so it's pretty much like the RST with the Tahoes. If you care about looks more than you care about the amenities, about how it drives and all that, this is a good option because it does look better than all the other trims, in my opinion. But I mean, on top of that, it's just different. You have all-wheel drive here. You get the heated steering wheel. You get the steering assist. It's one of those packages that Nissan kind of put together to, I don't want to say it's like a gotcha, but okay, you like this stuff, and then you're gonna have a bunch of this other stuff that you don't care about that's nice to have. And that's what you get here. I mean, having the adaptive cruise is nice. Having the all-wheel drive, the different drive modes, the sunroof is great. But if you're looking at this trim particularly, you're probably looking at it because it's new. You're looking at it because you like the look of the wheels, you like the dark accents, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you're basically paying for the amenities that you're not considering at this point. Because why not go up to an SL? Why not go up to a Platinum? But it's just my opinion. Still really like it, and I think there are going to be a lot of people that will be very happy with this vehicle. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this Nissan Rogue Dark Armor with all-wheel drive.